Hopefully these books can make my cold, single-ass heart feel something. Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Last year I had a secret project where I tried to read as many romance novels as I could within 1 week. I did that during the first week of February, and in total I read 5 books in 7 days, which I was very proud of. I had so much fun when I prepared for that vlog and also read those books and then edited it. So of course I wanted to do it again this year. Now, because of my readathon, the Olympicsathon that's going on between the 2nd and the 20th of February, my romance reading will be a bit postponed and I will start with it once Olympicsathon has finished. So most likely on the 21st of February. I'm not sure exactly when I will stop reading for this particular vlog, but I think I'm just gonna aim that the final days of February, so from the 21st until the 28th, I'll try and read as many romances as I can. Last year when I did this, I asked you for recommendations. So I tweeted a tweet basically saying that anything goes, give me all the recs. Dirty, smutty, erotic, diverse, YA, fantasy, anything goes. That's what I said. That tweet kind of took off for me. I think I got over 140 replies and like over 70 retweets or something. It took me on a journey. Okay, I got so many different recommendations. I had so much fun just following the adventure that this tweet took. Like Nicholas Sparks liked one of the replies to my tweet. So indirectly, Nicholas Sparks tweeted me, right? If you want to know more about the books I read last year and just the Twitter adventure in general, I will link last year's romance reading vlog down below. Once again, I had so much fun when I worked on that one. So I had kind of hoped for the same thing to happen this year, but it didn't. I tried to tweet at multiple occasions and ask for romance book recommendations. I still get a bunch of amazing recs from friends and people I follow and who follow me, and I will share those recommendations down below. But it was not this wild viral thing with a bunch of weird recommendations that I've never heard about, because that's sort of what I was after. I wanted the unique ones, the shorter ones, the novellas that are just pure smut and stuff like that. So instead I decided that for this romance reading vlog I will read some of my most anticipated romances, or romances I have on my TBR or whatever. So we're gonna have a great mix of books here, okay? I do have a tentative TBR for this. I know 4 books at least that I'm aiming on reading. Hopefully I can stretch it to 5, we're gonna have to see. But I'm gonna ask already, if you have any romance recommendations at all, please share them in the comments. I want it all. I want the smutty ones, the innocent ones, the cute ones, the fun ones, the fantasy ones, the historical ones. Like historical romance, I've been wanting to get into that more, but I have no clue where to start. So just any and all romance recommendations, please share them in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Now for the books I hope on reading in this vlog. First, I'm gonna be a good girl and actually make sure I read the books that are on my February TBR. Fortunately for me, my TBR game this time was actually quite nice and picked 2 romance books for me. The first one it picked was XOXO by Axie Oh. This is a YA contemporary romance about a girl who meets a K-pop star, and they're really cute, but like K-pop stars can't date, so yeah, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be a good time. I've been excited about this book, I'm glad it was picked for me. It's not too long, it's less than 350 pages. I aim to fly through these romance books, hopefully, because romances are usually easier to read than fantasy. I've been reading a lot of fantasy and literary fiction lately, so it will be nice to get into some romance and hopefully just fly through them. That's the plan at least. The second book that was picked for me for my randomizing my February TBR was The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood. One of the most talked about books on BookTube, Book Twitter, Book Talk. It's been everywhere these last few months. I've been meaning to get to it and it's finally time. Basically, it's a Star Wars fanfic. That's what it is. I don't know Star Wars, but yeah, it's a Star Wars fanfic. It started out as a Star Wars fanfic. It's a fake dating trope about these people that work in science. The girl freaks out about something, she kisses one of her colleagues, and then they have to pretend to fake date. So those are the 2 books I kind of need to read because they are my February TBR and I really want to complete my February TBR, so that's what I'm aiming for. But now to get some more fun books or spicy books or something like that. One book I've been really wanting to read for the last year actually is Desperate Measures by Katee Robert. I read my first ever and so far only Katee Robert book in last year's romance reading vlog. That's when I read Theirs for the Night, which is a very short novella about a polyamorous romance thing. It was a lot of fun. The smutty scenes were really good, and it definitely opened up my eye to this author. Desperate Measures is book 1 in the Wicked Villains series, and Wicked Villains is a series where it's basically Disney retellings in a contemporary setting, but where the main character or one of the main characters actually has a relationship with the villain instead. And it's also just like BDSM, Disney, smutty retelling. I don't know, but I'm convinced that this is gonna be a hella good time. I've heard amazing things about this book in particular, like the series overall seems a lot of fun, but I think this first book is supposedly really good. This is the Aladdin retelling, which means that Jasmine will end up with Jafar, which is really interesting. My first plan was actually to buy this as an ebook, and actually I won a giveaway hosted by Hugo. I will link his channel because he recently reached 500 subscribers. I got to pick a book, and I picked this one. So I made Hugo buy me smut, so thank you so much, Hugo. But I think these books looks really cool, and I would love to collect them, if they're good, of course. So yeah, I'm very glad I have it as a physical copy. This is definitely a book I'm aiming to get to in this romance reading vlog. This is probably the one that's gonna be the smuttiest, I think. Really excited to read some more Katee Robert because I had a great time with her last year. The fourth book on this TBR of mine is actually It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This is also a book that's been mentioned everywhere last year. I know that Jane loves this one. I have seen so many other people rave about this one as well. Apparently it's pretty steamy and spicy, which is exciting. I'm not sure what it is about, but I'm just imagining like a really good time in a romance. So I'm really hyped for this one. I have it on my e-reader, so that's where I'm gonna read it, and it's gonna be a good time. The fifth book is actually a book that I just found out about recently, and it's thanks to Madison from the channel Princess of Paperback. I will also link her. She's the queen of reading romance and dark romances and indie romances, so I trust her when it comes to romance book recommendations. In one of her latest videos, she talked about a romance series that is called Kingmakers. She just raved about some books in the series, and I got so excited to read it, but she said that before you read Kingmakers, you should read another series by the same author. So the author is Sophie Lark, and apparently you're first supposed to read the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. So you read the Brutal Birthright series, and then you read some other series, and then you can get to Kingmakers. And just that, the fact that these romance novels have such a complicated plot, or like that you need to read other books in order to fully understand and appreciate the rest of the books, that sounds like a really good time. I aim to start my Sophie Lark adventure, hopefully. The first book in the Brutal Birthright series is called Brutal Prince. I have no clue what any of these books are about, but I'm sure it's gonna be good. I think Kingmakers is about like a bunch of heirs and royalties and people, like successful kids studying at an island or something. I have no clue. Brutal Prince is about Callum Griffin, who is the heir to the Irish mafia. I'm not sure if I will get to it in this romance reading vlog. As I said, I'm aiming to read those 4 I just talked about. Those are my main goal. If I can get to Brutal Prince, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I will just pick it up at some other point. That's the plan for this romance reading vlog. I hope you will stick around so you can see me react to the books and hear my thoughts about them, and then rank them at the end of this video. So yeah, let's start this journey of reading a lot of romance. I'm very excited about this lineup of books. I'll see you soon! Hi! It's time to start off this romance reading vlog, and the first book I'm picking up is XOXO by Axie Oh. Do you see how stunning this book is without the dust jacket? It looks so nice. I read only like a few chapters, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's sweet, it's cute. I think it's gonna be a good time. Hopefully I can read it fairly quickly as well, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm slowly but surely realizing that this romance reading vlog will be a challenge because I'm going away skiing on Fridays. I'll be gone for 3 days hanging out with friends, so I probably won't read that much during those days. And also, like, I have my evenings planned and I'm working a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to read all 4 books as I had hoped, but I'm gonna do my best. Now I'm just gonna work through this one. I have no clue how long it will take me to read, but let's just do it. Let's just go. I've made it cozy for myself. I've lit a bunch of candles in my room. I have some lovely music on in the background, and yeah, I'm in the mood. Let's go. Hi, it's later in the evening. I should actually get ready for bed, but I've been reading XOXO and I really like it. It's sweet, it's fun. I'm on page 138, so a bit more than a third of the book, I would say. I'm actually hoping to still read quite a bit tonight and some tomorrow morning. I'm actually convinced I might be able to finish this tomorrow. That would be something. Like, it's very easily read, I would say. Like, the pages, the font is quite nice. The pages aren't too big. Like, and it's just, it has a flow. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's quick. It's a good time. I also really appreciate it because it's reminding me a lot of when I studied in Korea. This story is about a girl who lives in LA. And one evening she meets a boy and they have a fun night, just like hanging out. But then she never hears from him again. And she's Korean and she gets an opportunity to go to Korea to study for 5 months. So she goes to this like performing arts sort of school in Seoul. And when she goes to this school, she learns that there are K-pop idols on this school. And surprise, surprise, the boy she met is a part of that group and is a K-pop idol. So it's just a lot of fun. They're mentioning a lot about just like typical Korean culture and about the language and the different sites in Seoul. And yeah, it reminds me of when I was there. I feel like I almost recognize myself in many things. Living in a dorm, going to the cafeteria, having this and that for lunch, sightseeing, going around the different areas of Seoul. Like, it's a good time. I like it. It's sweet, it's nice, I like the characters. It's fairly unproblematic at the moment as well, which I really appreciate. No unnecessary drama. The girl is very true to herself, which I appreciate. It isn't too awkward with the fact that there are idols at this school. They are still all friends, they are very outgoing. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'm excited to continue to read it. I did it! I did the thing. I finished the book. I don't know what time it is. It's Tuesday evening at least. And I finished the book within like 2 days. That's amazing. I really, really enjoyed this book. It's cute. It's nice. It's sweet. I really love this. It was really good. It made me happy. It made me smile. I'm gonna make all of my friends read it just because it's cozy and it truly reminds me of a K-drama, which I think is the entire point of the book, right? It definitely achieved what it was meant to do. It's sweet and it made me so reminiscent about Korea and all of that. So I had a great time with this one. I haven't decided what to rate it yet. It's somewhere between a 4 or a 5. The thing with this one is it makes me happy. It made me smile. It made me feel good. When I was working today, all I could think about was the fact that I wanted to pick this one up again. That was my goal, like to finish work and then continue reading. And I just love when books make you feel that way. It's good. It's good. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Now I actually should continue with another book. So up next, I'm gonna pick up The Love Hypothesis. And I'll get back to you once I've done some reading in that one. Hi, Hi, it's Wednesday. I just got back home and I am very excited to continue to read. I started this one last night. I think I just read about 20 pages. And then this morning I read like another 10 pages. So I'm only 30 pages into it, but I'm actually enjoying it so far. My only thoughts so far, and this is entirely because of my friend who said that this was something she noticed when she was reading is that every time Adam Carlson, the main lead, the romantic interest, every time he walks in, he's always described as so big, so tall, so large hands. He's so tall. Like, that's his so far one character trait. And I get it. It's definitely a first impression sort of thing. And it's definitely like one, before you get to know someone, all you can really think about is how they look and how tall or short they are, so I get that. But it's a bit hilarious, and I'm teasing my friend with that as well. Like sending her messages like, oh, but Adam Carlson is so big. And she's like, stop it! But yeah, other than that, I so far enjoy it. What's not to like? It's fake dating, which is one of my favorite tropes. It's also like, there's this one scene when she's talking with her friend in the hallway, and he walks up to them and like casually puts his hand on her back and pretends that they are dating to help her with her conversation with her friend. And I appreciate that. I like that he took the initiative for that one. He was not asked to do that. They had not even confirmed that they were fake dating. She had just told him like, oh, sorry, I kissed you. I did it because I needed to lie to my friend. And he just completely like, okay, good, sure, let's do this. And I like that. It's nice. I'm excited to continue with it. So let's go. Literally, the first sentence I read now is, and maybe it was because he was as tall as Mount Everest and his shoulders were just as large. He's tall. We get it. He is tall. Olive ordered herself not to notice the heat of his skin or how broad he was. It's like every 15 pages. Come on. It's hilarious. I just finished setting up my video that's going up tomorrow. It's a beast of a TBR. It's 3 TBRs in one. I went a bit insane, but I enjoyed the process of filming and planning so much. So that's my March TBR going up tomorrow. I want to continue to read for a tad bit. I should really go to bed because it's already late. But I'm just gonna read a bit. I'm on page 112, chapter 7. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm having so much fun. Like, I'm laughing out loud. Both because Olive is hilarious, but also just like the descriptions and that type thing. And also like, I'm 100% convinced that Adam is already in love with her because he is too willing with all of this, considering he's supposed to be like a douchebag and like a cold guy. Like, he's too willing to participate in her thing. So I'm betting y'all that he already has a crush on her from like years ago. That's my guess. But yeah, I'm having a surprisingly good time with this one. It's a lot of fun. Hi! I'm not sure if I should or should not address this, but it's currently Thursday, the 24th of February, which, as you might know, is quite a dark day. And yeah, it's the whole Russia-Ukraine thing that's going on. I've been following it on the TV the entire day, and it's hitting me so much harder than I expected. So today has actually been quite rough for me. Feel like I've been very anxious and stressed, and I've not really been feeling that well because of that. I'm hoping that this one will cheer me up. I've been trying to read it a bit today. I think I read about 50 pages so far, and I'm actually gonna aim to just finish this tonight. So I have about 140 pages to go. I read about 150 yesterday, so I'm certain I can do it. And I do like this. And I feel like I'm getting to, like, I'm more than halfway through now. And I'm getting to the point where fake feelings are turning into real feelings. And oh, how should I handle that and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. So this is my distraction for the night. Tomorrow I'm going on vacation, which is also nice, or not really vacation. I'm going skiing for the weekend. So I'm taking Friday off and I'm going skiing or snowboarding with friends. Not sure if I'll be able to read anything because of that. Like, my plan was to read 4 books, and I still have to read Desperate Measures, and also It Happened One Summer. I don't think I will bring Desperate Measures with me because I'm gonna live at my friend's place because he has an apartment close by. And if he sees me pulling up smut in the middle of the room, I don't know, like, maybe, but no. I won't bring that one, but I'll try and read It Happened One Summer. But now the focus is to finish The Love Hypothesis. I got book mail. I'm fairly certain I know what this is, who it is from. It's been a long awaited package. Let's open it and see what it is. Voila! What? What is this then? This was not what I expected! Y'all are kidding me! No! Stop giving me books I don't expect! You have no idea how much I needed this today. I'm going to cry. Today has been a rough day. I'm not gonna lie. This is from Kirsti from K-Bet Bookish. Thank you so much for the Olympics-a-thon and being such a valued friend to me this year. Here's a little something for you from Kirsti. Come on! Why did you do this? Look at it. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was completely unnecessary, but so much appreciated. It's Trader's Blade by Sebastian D. Castell. And what's cool is during one of my sprints, I think the final sprints of the Olympics-a-thon, there was someone who was reading this series, I think. And we started to talk about it, like chatting about it, some of us. And I know that Kirsti really enjoyed it as well. And they said that there are like Three Musketeers vibes in this one. And I love the Three Musketeers. Like the Three Musketeers was one of my favorite books when I was younger. I watched so many of the movies as well. I love the story. I recently repurchased the book so I can reread the Three Musketeers at some point. And Kirsti kind of said like, oh, then I know what to get you. And I'm like, sure, but don't get me anything. This was really, really sweet. As I said, I really needed this today. Today has been rough with everything that's been going on. I've been feeling pretty down and just all over the place. I knew I was gonna get a package today, so I was excited about it. But like, this is very sweet. Thank you so much. I'm gonna stop blabbering. Thank you so much. Okay, we're getting to the interesting stuff now. I'm about to finish the book. Don't know how many pages I have left. Perhaps like 10 or 20. She found Adam immediately. He was big, after all. And I can confirm he was big throughout the entire book. Which was my one thing, that if they were gonna keep saying how big and tall and large he was, it must be mentioned in certain contexts as well. And it was, so I'm pleased with that. And now I can move on. I've been looking for an answer in your inner eye. I've been pulling back the curtains of your paradise. I've been killing all my instincts in the suicide. I've been killing all the instincts in the suicide. I've been holding to your words like I'm a kid again. I've been waving in your face just so you won't forget. I've been killing all my instincts in the suicide. I've been killing all my instincts in the suicide. Oh, baby, it's strong. It's strong. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about me. Oh, baby, it's strong. It's strong. I'm thinking about you. Hi, my hair is a mess. Please ignore that. It's February 28th, the last day of the month. I had like a interruption or tiny break in my romance reading vlog because on Friday I went skiing and was gone for the entire weekend. So I haven't read anything since Thursday. But last night, once I got back home, I started reading Desperate Measures. This is the spiciest of the books. Definitely. It's the first book in the Wicked Villains series by Katee Robert, and it's a series with Disney retellings, adult Disney retellings, where the heroine, the princess, gets together with the villain So this is the Aladdin retelling, where we have Jasmine ending up with Jafar. It says right in the beginning that content warning for consensual, non-consent sex. So keep that in mind. This is definitely spicy. It's very hot. I won't deny that. It is very hot. This one actually has a lot of kinks and stuff in it. We have like BDSM, daddy kink, stuff like that. Basically, that's the book. I'm on page 74, and there's already been a bunch of scenes, which makes up for the love hypothesis that only had one spicy scene in it, and I wanted more in that one. Current thoughts about it is, yes, it is very hot, definitely, but I kind of expected more plot. There is plot in this one, and like, this is a series, this is a universe. It's Disney retellings in our contemporary time as well, so there's like computers and stuff like that. There is plot in it, but I expected more, because I feel like these books were really praised for the plot in them. Like, wow, it's so fun with these retellings and how they are reimagined and they do the characters so great and so on. Like, so far there hasn't really been any sort of character description, I feel like. Like, I have no clue what Jafar looks like, so I just inserted a photo in my mind of what I want him to look like, because I'm sure as hell I'm not gonna imagine the Disney version of Jafar. And similar with Jasmine, like, there are no character descriptions at all, so you just have to use your mind however you want it. Perhaps we will get more to the plot. I'm not sure, like, I'm a third through the book. Basically every other or every third chapter is a sex scene. Every other, but with a lot of teasing in between. So basically every. I'm reading that one. I'm having fun. I also think that this will actually be my final book for the romance reading vlog, because tomorrow is March 1st and I have a bunch of things I need to read in March. Also, I still need to read The Dragon Republic, because our live show for that one is on Sunday. So I won't be able to prioritize another romance book, unfortunately. But I'm glad I'm getting to this one. I had hoped to read it in February, and the aim is actually to finish it tonight, which means I need to read like 140 pages, which is quite simple in this one, because it's very quickly read, because of many reasons. Hi, it's March 1st. I'm about to soon, in half an hour, jump into some sprints for the Globetrotterathon hosted by Kevin. I'm so excited about it. New month, new readathons, new reading challenges. Last night I finished reading Desperate Measures by Katee Robert, the first book in the Wicked Villains series. What were my thoughts about it? It's definitely very hot. I won't deny that. It's very fun in many ways. We've established that. Katee Robert knows how to write good smut. What I liked about the book is that it takes place in a contemporary setting, and also that we already got to meet some of the characters that the future books will be about. So, for example, some characters featured in Desperate Measures are Hades, Meg, Tink, Hook. So, like, characters that I know are in the sequels. I think the sequel for this one is actually called Learn My Lesson, which is the Hercules retelling. So I appreciate that the books are kind of intertwined and that we can meet the characters in various books. That's a lot of fun. I don't know, perhaps it's on me for expecting more plot in this one actually, just because it has been so hyped. So I kind of thought that there would be a bit more plot, but there's not. There is plot. The plot part of it is fun, but I find it to be a bit inconsistent. The pacing is a bit off. So, like, obviously the focus of the story is not the plot. The focus of the story is the dark romances, the kinks. I'm not certain if I'm that inclined to continue with the series. I think I am. I had a good time with it, but I also had, I think, pretty high expectations on it actually. One thing I wish there had been in this book is character descriptions. There were no character descriptions at all. And like, sure, these are characters we know. We know what Jasmine looks like. We know what Aladdin looks like. But like, for example, with Jafar, I don't want to be imagining Disney's version of Jafar. I want Katee Robert to take the wheel and tell me that this is Jafar, this is how sexy he is and how handsome he looks like. That's what I want, and there was none of that. So I'm finally here to just wrap up this romance reading vlog. 1 week since I actually completed my reading, but then I just haven't had the time to sit down and summarize my thoughts. But I'm here now, so let's talk about the 3 romance novels I read for my romance reading vlog. These are the 3 books that I ended up reading. I did say that my goal was to read 4, and I do think that if I had not gone on that skiing trip, I would have actually been able to complete my goal, because with that skiing trip I basically lost 3 days, 2 days being the weekend, and typically if I don't have many plans during the weekend, I can read a bunch. I'm still very pleased with the amount of reading I did, and let's just talk about the books. The first book I read and utterly adored was XOXO by Axie Oh. I love this book. It was incredible, so much fun. I love this. It was so much fun, and I actually ended up giving it 5 stars because for me it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I couldn't really come up with any reason why it shouldn't get 5 stars, other than the fact that perhaps, yeah, it's YA, so it might read a tad bit younger than some prefer, but honestly, like, this book delivered exactly what I hoped it would deliver. I loved the characters, I loved the different relationships, like the friendships and the main couple. It was not problematic either, like those annoying things that so commonly happen in like contemporaries, romance books, comedies. There wasn't really anything annoying with this book for me. I'm very happy I read this one. 5 stars, it deserves it. Like, is it gonna be a favorite book of all time? No, it's not, but like, I don't mind sometimes being a bit generous with my 5 stars. It deserved it, okay? Like, it deserves a 5 stars, so yeah, solid book. Speaking of books that deserved 5 stars. Yes, The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood. I had so much fun reading this book, like so much fun. It's hilarious, it's funny, it's tropey, it's honestly like, I'm kind of mad that I'm falling for the hype, but I also completely understand the hype because it is such a good book. Once again, I have no complaints about it. Yes, it's a bit repetitive regarding how the main guy, Adam Carlson, how he's like so big and so tall, like sure. But other than that, there's really no complaints. Or okay, one complaint. There were too few steamy scenes. There's one spicy scene in this book, that's it. For a book that's been so talked about all across the different platforms, I actually thought that there would be more steam in it, and there wasn't, which is fine, but that's my one complaint, I would say then. Like, there could have at least been 2 spicy scenes? Maybe? This was so much fun, right from the beginning. Like, I was laughing out loud when reading this. I just loved the entire fake dating thing. I loved the science setting of it all, like the academic STEM setting. I really appreciate that because I'm someone that studied in a STEM field, so that's a lot of fun to see. Once again, I liked the characters, I liked the other characters, like the second leads as well. I thought that the main couple was quite cute, I enjoyed their banter a lot. I liked that the guy was forward, Adam was taking the initiative at multiple occasions, and that he obviously had a crush on her from the beginning. No complaints, I like this, it was fun, I gave it 5 stars. Comparing these two, they are so different, mainly because they are targeted towards different audiences. So it is hard to compare them. I had an amazing time reading both of them, and I was in a good mood, and they helped me escape. So yeah, I did end up giving both 5 stars, because why the heck not? Once again, I'm a bit mad that I fell for the hype. I don't know, sometimes I am that way with books where I actually get mad that I'm enjoying a book. There's nothing bad with being generous with 5 stars. Like, you don't need to be the most critical with your reviews. Sometimes you can just be generous and freaking enjoy a book and give it 5 stars because it made you smile. So that's me with both of these books. I enjoyed them a lot. I had a good time reading them. I'm so happy I read them, like best week ever. And also I read these so quickly. I read this one Monday to Tuesday and then this one Wednesday to Thursday. It took me basically less than 48 hours to read each book. It's just something about the feeling when you're devouring a book and just like all you want to do is read it. And even like throughout the day when I was working, I just kept thinking about these books and how badly I wanted to read them. So yes, like, thank you for making me happy. I really appreciate it. The third and final book I read for this romance reading vlog, I actually started reading once I got back from my skiing trip, and that is Desperate Measures by Katee Robert. It is hot, it is steamy, it is sexy, like, sure, it hits all of those points. So if you're looking for a very smutty, very erotic book, here you have it. Obviously the most erotic ones out of these. I don't know if I had the complete wrong expectations on this book, but I was a tad bit disappointed. I knew going into it that it would mainly be sex scenes. I knew that, like I knew that. People were raving about this book so much, so it made me really think that, oh, there's something extra special with the plot, or like with the characters, or something. Like there must be something for people to be praising this book so much. It can't only be the steamy scenes. Nothing about the plot really stood out to me. And the characters were quite lackluster and disappointing as well. We have established the sex is good in this one. Like, let's leave it at that. There are 0 character descriptions. Like, nothing about how the characters look like, nothing about their development, where they start. She just left them at a blank, and you could fill in yourself what you wanted to see and who you wanted to see and what you wanted to be portrayed. Which I guess many can appreciate in a book like this. It's up to you how you're imagining the guy and girl to look like in the sex scenes. So obviously you can basically pick whatever floats your goat, whatever will butter your scone, or whatever the saying is. Like, sure, I get that. I wanted character descriptions. I wanted Katee Robert to make Jafar into the ultimate man with like a 10-pack and like stubble and dark luscious hair. Like, she could have done that. Why didn't she? That's beyond me. Like, the book is very short, so once again you can't really expect that much plot, but I feel like the ending was just a bit rushed. It was very out of character, the ending, compared to what we had seen for the like previous 170 pages. The last 30 or 40 pages were very out of character. So yeah, unfortunately this book disappointed me a bit. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. Those are the 3 books I read for this romance reading vlog. 2 5-star reads. That's incredible. And just the feeling of devouring and consuming a book within days, within hours. I really love that feeling. So I had a great time reading these books, making this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Please take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes